it's important then for us to understand that the Christmas tree long preceded Christianity. And there are many symbols during this time of the year that our people are not aware are steeped in paganism, are steeped in wickedness, and steeped in devilishment, steeped in the image and likeness of the beast. So this Christmas tree that is being talked about, this National Christmas Tree Lighting Day and all this stuff that we're talking about, goes against what people say they actually believe in Jeremiah 10, where we're told not to do exactly what they did. They tried to put it under the sea theme. People say, no, we are heathens. We want it decked with silver and gold. That's what Jeremiah 10 said, right? All right. But what other aspects or symbols? Because symbols are what? Signs.
Yes.
Signs supposed to guide you and to lead you or take you away from something. Right? It points you in a direction. Among the Druids, who are the Druids? They're not anybody who care about us. Let me just say it that way. Among the Druids, the oak was sacred, and in Rome it was the fir. Didn't we just say in the original books of the Bible, in Papyrus 1, that there's a doctrine of what? Trees.
Snakes.
And within the first, the doctrine concerning trees, which is Papyrus 1, scroll 12, verse 101. This is the Robert Color who has dreamed of the name of the sustainer, who is the creator, the generous one. Within the first, the doctrine concerning trees, you must be made to see the angelic mysteries, which hold that tree imagery is found in myths and legends all across our earth. So much so that most religions utilize floral images in one way, form, or fashion. This is so evident that even in your latter day, humanity still refers to pages of a book as leaves, right? So in the Druid culture, they have the oak tree. In Rome, it was the fir, which was decorated with red berries during the Saturnalia, which is a pagan festival. Now you can go around and you can see in certain food stores, and in certain convenience stores, people are selling these fir or these trees with these red berries. Now, what's the source of these holy wreaths? Remember, we went from having a holy day to a holly day. Like Hollywood, the holly tree, the holly wreath. Huh? Do you know that they make magic wands from Hollywood? That's the wand that you see Mickey Mouse casting a spell on you before the Disney movies with his Merlin the magician hat on. Oh, that ain't real, Pastor. It's a symbol of the reality.
Yes.
Because they use media and they use perception to trap you in their world and make sure that you never seek true salvation.
Yes.
So this holly wreath, the Yule logs, the mistletoe, these are all symbols, along with the Christmas tree, that we're not supposed to actually have anything to do with as true Christians. And we as true Christians don't have anything to do with it outside of explaining to our people who, like we said, are unfortunately what? Sick. We're all sick. We all need the prescription of the original books of the Bible, of our true religious identity of Atonism. The Encyclopedia of America states the holly, the mistletoe, the Yule log. Say holly.
Holly.
Say holiday.
Holiday.
Say holly.
Holly.
Say holy.
Holy.
See what they did there?
Yeah.
They took your holy day and made it a holiday. The holly, the mistletoe, the Yule log are relics of pre-Christian times. This is what the Encyclopedia Americana is saying. In other words, it's paganism. That's how we say it. Pre-Christian times. Because that's what these people who now are giving you Christmas today, that's what they were before they started saying they was Christians. They were pagans. The Yule log was commonly used in a rite of Teutonic nature worship. Who are these Teutonic people? You right back to the Germans. You right back to the Germans. All of these tribes that are pretending that they have nothing to do with Germany, the Anglo-Saxons, the Angles and the Saxons was German tribes.
Yes.
Why are they hiding from you? Huh? You running around here trying to be Windsor, House of Windsor. When Mountbatten and them, and these names was really connecting them to their German roots. And they don't want you to know they're Germans. Because German tells you who they are. The German, infecting everybody with this doctrine that has nothing to do with our salvation. I didn't name them German, so don't be mad at me. I could just listen. If you tell me you was a German, I say, okay, I believe you. Yes?
Yes.
Frederick Hoskin further states, the use of the Christmas wreath is believed by authorities to be traceable to the pagan custom of decorating buildings and places of worship at the feast which took place at the same time as our Christmas. Oh, there was a feast that was taking place at the same time as what's being called Christmas. The Encyclopedia Britannica under Celestialis exposes the origin of Encyclopedia Britannica under Celestialis exposes the origin of the holy wreath. European pagans brought holly sprays into their homes, offering them to the fairy people of the forest as refuges from the harsh winter weather. So we're going to put this wreath on the door. This is where the fairies are going to live. Now what are fairies? Are fairies anything that we should be associating with? These are little demons.
Yeah.
But these people were inviting these demons into their house to live inside the holly wreath. During the Saturnalia, the Roman winter festival, branches of holly were exchanged as tokens of friendship. So now today we see our people selling, buying, receiving these holly wreaths. And it may be something that you give to a person as a token of friendship. The earliest Roman Christians apparently used holly as a decoration at the Christmas season. So, holly day. Yes? There are dozens of different types of holly, however. And now we can understand why it's related to friendship. Because we know what they mean by friendship.
Yeah.
Virtually all of them come in male and female varieties. Blue prince and blue princess, blue boy or blue girl, China boy, China girl. These are all different types of holly wreaths. Female holly plants cannot have berries unless a nearby male plant pollinates them.
Right.
So these holly wreaths really talking about sexual intercourse,
Right.
sexual reproduction.
Right.
It is easy to see why the holly wreath found its way into pagan rituals as a token of friendship and fertility, because these people had orgiastic rites. Alright? Which is what most people are still, I can't say most, but a lot of people are still living that way of life today. Sleeping around and acting as if they don't have no type of commitment to nobody other than their feelings. This is what this symbol leads us to. Talking about symbols, we're talking about the reality of what the sign is pointing us to. You think it's just a harmless holly wreath, but there's a pagan reality behind it that points us in the direction of sexual promiscuity. Okay? Christmas is incomplete to many unless it involves kissing under the mistletoe. This pagan custom was natural on a night that involved much revelry done in the spirit of drunken orgies.
Oh, wow.
This what y'all say y'all saved. Y'all say y'all saved, and this is what Jesus wants y'all to do. Clearly it must be what Jesus wants you to do. You put it in Washington Square. Huh? Just like today, this kissing usually occurred at the beginning of the Saturnalia Christmas celebration. You ain't celebrating no Christmas. You celebrating Saturnalia. You celebrating a pagan rite. In fact, most men will never forget it. They'll say, I never had to do this, but some people may have had to do this. They may have to kiss their friend's mother as they walked into the house. She's waiting, and okay, like a friendly kiss underneath the mistletoe. It ain't fun if she ugly. You know what I'm saying? She smelled like whatever she was cooking all day. You know what I'm saying? But some people did that. Alright? Some people hated it. But it was something that people did because it was, again, a tradition. Alright? The mistletoe was considered to have special powers of healing for those who reveled underneath it. This is why they have euphemized it and said kissing under the mistletoe, but it was way more than kissing. Because to them, if you did more than just kissing under the mistletoe, it was going to heal you. Now this is a perfect doctrine amongst people who are sick. Huh? Yet the fact of the matter is that the mistletoe is a parasite. Oh wow, okay. And it lives on oak trees. Oh, like the Druids? Oh, remember the Druids worshipped in oak tree groves. The ancient Celtics that are associated with the Druids used to give mistletoe as an herbal remedy to barren animals to make them fertile. Again, this is also related to fertility. These are clearly unfertile people. So they always need something to assist with their fertility. Fertility clinics. Etc., etc., etc. And now it's happening to us because we live like them. Right? They say it is still referred to as all-healer in the Celtic world. Like mistletoe, holly berries were also thought to be sacred to the sun god. The original sun log came to be called the Yule log. So this mistletoe, these holly berries, the little berries that are produced when the male and the female holly get together, and they have these berries, that was related to the sun god, or the Yule log. So they say the Yule time season. What's this Yule time? The Yule simply means a wheel. Oh. Like the mandala, like the dendera, huh? Which has long been a pagan representation of the sun. You go to some churches today and they have a big wheel on their front of their church or somewhere in the church, and they have 12 symbols and they have a lamb in the middle, and they say this is Jesus and the 12 disciples, which we know originally was Taweret in the middle of the dendera. They've watered it down and taken it from our solar biology to their lunar astrology, right? So this wheel has long been a pagan representation of the sun. No wonder people today commonly speak of the sacred Yule tide season. Thus, when we as Atonists decorate the Christmas tree, now let's understand what we do. We don't put up the tree that's mentioned in Jeremiah 10. Now there was a time when all of us did it. So we're not speaking as if we're better than anybody. The frustration, however, comes when each year people act as if it doesn't matter. We can just keep doing what we want to do. And guess what? You can, quite frankly, do that. But we have to keep saying what we're saying, because guess what? Our situation is not getting better. After all of this Christmas tree lighting and all of this gift giving and the BPL going up next month.
Of course.
So you better light the tree good. While you good. Right? So what something about it's something about a holy day that's supposed to get you or take you away from the slave reality that you're in right now. We're in an economic slave system. It's called debt. Right? So what do we as true Christians do? And what was it that preceded Christianity? And it is Christmas. Say Christmas. And true Christianity having Christmas, we have a Christmas tree. And that Christmas tree was mentioned in Jeremiah 10, because they say that this tree that the Israelites were not supposed to put up was upright as the palm, which is the original tree that this Christmas tree is mimicking. You understand? Or trying to hide. That is why it is pertinent for all Nubian Melaninite people, especially those of us who seek true faith, to rediscover our true ways and religious identity in order to better appreciate ourselves and view the Greco-Roman influences in proper perspective. Why do we need the Christmas tree? To better appreciate ourselves and to better view the Greco-Roman influences in proper perspective. If you don't understand who these people are and what they're really about, then unfortunately you won't see and understand what they're really doing to you. If they can constantly in every season get you to move away from yourself and start building for yourself and make them stronger, you know this is where they make most of their money. This is the savior of retailers.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the savior of, we are the savior to retail stores. Some of them make upwards of 50% or more of what they're going to make for the year during this time of year. So who's really the savior? We're the savior. I'm not saying, oh, we the Most High. I'm saying, look at what is being done to us and why, after this season is over, many of us can be talking about how long January is.
Old white.
The longest month of the year, January.
Old white.
You understand? So, remember always, all who seek true faith, that Christmas, which became paganized and mistaught as Christmas, is yet another Tamarian gift to the world. Today we present you a gift. Today we present you an opportunity to no longer live like a heathen, to no longer live like the Greco-Romans, to no longer live like a Pep Zuen, to no longer live like the beast. Frederick J. Hoskin answers to questions. It's the name of the book. It states, the Christmas tree is from Egypt, and its origin dates from a period long anterior to the Christian era. Did you know this? That the Christmas tree long preceded Christianity? Ain't us saying it. These are the so-called scholars. These are the people who you say you trust. Because we clearly don't know what we're talking about. So we got to show you other people who are saying a little bit of what we've been saying. Alright? And in understanding it, it's not about just knowing it and then running around and bragging and, yeah, did you know? No. Use the information to better yourself. If the Christmas tree that is being presented today has a tree that preceded it called the Christmas tree, then what else preceded it? You should begin to now take a journey. You should go on a quest. The root of the word question is the word quest. Start to question. Answer, understand why the people were so upset because the tree did not have silver and gold on it. They don't even know why they was upset. Huh? They don't know why. What Jeremiah say? Hear ye the word of the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Jeremiah 10, verse 1. Moving on through verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed of the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed of them. For the customs of the people are vain. They, for one, cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They put it up in Washington Square. The Bible don't say that, but that's what y'all did though.
Yeah.
They deck it with silver and with gold. That's why they got mad when the tree didn't have no silver and gold. Because you living like a heathen. It's real talk. Something inside of you say, that don't look right. We needed to have some silver and gold on it. Huh? And they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Christmas tree stand. They are upright as the palm. Oh, the palm tree that grows here naturally. But you wouldn't have to cut down. You could just put lights around it and then take it down after the season is over. You don't want that. You don't want to treat us alive. You want a dead idol to represent your salvation. And all that really says to us is that your salvation is a vain dead idol. I'm not saying it to be mean, I'm not saying it to be rude. I'm saying it to hopefully make you question. Even if you say he's talking foolishness and I think he's wrong, prove us wrong. If you dare, prove us wrong. Because the palm tree is a tree that is symbolic or related to the original sacrificial shepherd Asaru. And those that came through this Asaru and this Aset, who becomes the 3 groups of 12 royal tribes, Ishmael, Israel, and Midian. See, that's what a holy day is supposed to do. It's supposed to remind you of your greatness. It's supposed to remind you of your salvation. Our salvation comes in living our true religious identity. Our salvation comes in knowing the symbols that we put up and what they mean and where they're guiding us to. Not just following a script that says we're supposed to do something. And do you know that this is also one of the times of the year where most suicides are committed? I didn't understand that as a child. I'm like, what? That don't make no sense. It's the happiest time of the year. Not only is it winter solstice, it's the pressure of I gotta buy a gift. If I don't buy this gift, then people don't think I love them. If I don't do the things that tradition says I'm supposed to do, then I don't love my family. I'm not a provider. I'm not a good husband. I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good father. I'm not a good brother. I'm not a good sister. I'm not a good uncle. I'm not a good person. I can't keep up with the times. Jeremiah says, no. Put a pin there. Let's get back to Christmas. Let's get back to our true religious identity. If we're serious about salvation. Now, if all y'all want to do is party, I don't even know why you're watching this. I don't even know why you're here. Because at the end of the day, that ain't what we're about. Yes? And so, my brothers and sisters, as we continue through this season of Christmas, and we move into Hanukkah, which is a longer period within this season that gives us the 12 days of Christmas. Everybody singing the 12 days of Christmas, they done Bahamianize the song, but you don't know what the song means. You singing the 12 days of Christmas and you get one night. So who took the other 11?
Well, what's one?
Must be this 11 sets of Greco-Roman tribes, the Canaanites. You took your other 11 days of Christmas. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We're not going to finish that part of that reality today. But we encourage you to continue to follow us. We encourage you to donate to our ministry, continue to study, and feel free to come here any Sunday at 9 a.m. or any Wednesday at 7 p.m. so that we can understand a little bit more about our true religious identity and learn a little bit more about how we can further ourselves into our salvation. With that we say Amun.
Amun.